All right, so I have been really bad at remembering to charge my cameras, but welcome to the next vlog. This is starting to become the place that we record all these videos, but it is what it is. I'm actually setting up for another video on my gaming channel right now, and so I'm gonna go ahead and get kind of set up. My camera's at 3%. I'll explain a little bit more once I'm no longer using two cameras and I can explain what I'm doing because I'm afraid this is gonna die before I can stop the recording. But welcome to the next vlog. There's a lot to talk about, or a lot of fun things that I've been doing lately that I want to talk with you about. My light thing just came on from my camera, which means that the little battery indicator is now orange, which means it's definitely about to die. So let's start recording this. Okay, so I grabbed the pocket camera for a moment. What is going on here? I grabbed the pocket camera for a moment because, can I go like this? Can it fall on my face if I go like this? So I'm currently mic'd up, ready for this recording I'm about to do. Let me turn this camera off actually. So I want to sit in this general area like this, but as you can tell right now, my face is very dark. And so I'll flip it around. I'm recording this bit on my FX30, my lovely FX30, a camera that I don't really use for YouTube very often. I very rarely use this for YouTube. I'm also not using my mic minis because I already have my Hollyland mics already set up for this shot, so it kind of felt dumb. See if I can get in some better light. Let me set this up exactly where my other camera was. Just see what it looks like, because I'm curious. Man, this looks nice, actually, low-key. Alright, but, so this here, that is a light stand. And this is my newer light, which I'm about to set up, because I know that I'm going to need a little bit more light on my face. I'm also hoping that the audio sounds okay, because I have my second PC running and it's super loud because I also decided to set up my own server for movies and TV. It's a whole thing that we'll get into later. But for right now, I gotta set up a light. Now you can see that we have this super bright light on me, which is great. And so one of my things is I'm using the monitor and control app that Sony has, that is in conjunction with my FX30, so that I can not only see what I'm trying to shoot, but also change my settings while I can view it. So it gives me the opportunity to really shoot with myself and make it an easy experience for me to do so. So I'm gonna get this all set up and I'm gonna shoot this video because I think it's gonna be a fun one, and it's about how over this last year I've kind of fallen out of love with video games. And let me get this in a better angle. Fallen out of love with video games and how it's been harder and harder for me to play them. So we'll see how that goes. But I'll link that once it's out on this channel as well. So alright. Now I gotta record, because if I don't know when I will. Hello. It has been quite a long time. I will pull up the specifics in a moment, but firstly, I just wanted to say welcome back to the channel. I just finished up. I have to close up the world's worst softbox. But I've been using this equipment a lot recently for a few different shoots. Some of the stuff that I shared in the last video, I have used this softbox and this light for. Alongside, I can actually show you, I actually have a set of these RGB newer 60 watt panel lights that I got in the springtime. It's been a while actually, but I've had these for a minute. I also kind of last second decided to pull my Pocket 3 back out because this really does end up being one of the most convenient cameras for me to use for behind the scenes stuff, just because it just makes the most sense. But let me show you the light. I actually made a video about this a long time ago, but I'm gonna show you it again right now. So this here is my newer MS60C, or newer, I'm not really sure how to pronounce the name of this company. But if I'm being honest, I don't really love this light. And it's really only for one reason. And it's the fact that it uses an MPF like battery plate instead of a V-mount. So while it does have a DC, it has a DC 20 volt, and my output on my V-mounts can't do 20 volt. I've yet to find a real workaround for that. So I just can only use this plugged in or with 2 of my MPF batteries. And the power that you get off this is so bad with 2 MPF batteries that I never use it like battery powered whatsoever. So I'm not sure what a workaround is for this light, but if I can't plug it in, I don't use it at all. So recently I've been thinking that this might just be my little studio light for now. It's really nice. If I get a soft, small, like softbox for it, it could be really nice instead of the panels, and then the panels can be used for like different shoots and productions personally, because the panels can be a little bit more of a flexible, easy to bring out item. And the MPF batteries that go on the back of those don't actually cause it to be way less powerful like this light. I know that was a lot of information at once. I'm gonna pack up this light, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the FX30, because I think that would be pretty fun, because I haven't really talked about it, and I've had it for a handful of months now, and I absolutely adore this camera. The light has been completely and utterly packed up, thankfully, which means now I can talk a little bit about this bad boy, my FX30, which currently, oh, come off, doesn't have its top NATO rail because I used it for the vlog, last vlog a little bit, and I can't connect the microphone up to the hot shoe if I have the top NATO rail on, and I don't really use the top NATO rail that much anyways, unless I'm gonna be doing a full handheld rig with it. So this is my FX30, my bread and butter, one of my favorite cameras that I have ever owned in my whole life. This is probably #1 right this second. Let me grab something else actually really fast. So behind me up on this shelf, actually right here, you can kind of see it maybe, hopefully, I don't know, is my Canon 70D, which I got in college. And this is my Canon 80D, which I got whenever my 70D had a battery error and wouldn't let me shoot anymore. I don't even know if I have the footage from that shoot. I might somewhere, the shoot that it died with. I absolutely loved, oh, let me turn the zoom off. You know what? Actually, before I get into this, let me show you, actually, I recorded audio for that last video on my Zoom H6. Actually, it's not my Zoom H6, but it is a Zoom H6. I do have the PodTrack P4 that I like to use, but to get into the weeds for a second with audio quality, that only records 16-bit audio. This records 24-bit audio. I would love to get something that records 32-bit float audio, and I'm not going to explain that here, what those are, but think of it as incremental jumps in quality and how much information is inside of your audio, similarly to something like 8-bit, 10-bit, 12-bit, 16-bit raw video. Also, the rusty dusty SM7B, which in fact was getting so freaking heavy that I was like resting my arms on the arms of the chair because I couldn't keep the mic up because it was so dang heavy. So I don't think I'll be recording a video like that again, because I was not a fan of that. But what were we talking about? Oh, this camera, my lovely Rusty Dusty EOS 80D. So growing up, I was a big Canon fanboy. I loved these things. I mean, obviously, I grew up within the Casey Neistat generation. You know, I was in college, a freshman in college, in the golden era of Casey Neistat's vlogs. And if you know anything about Casey Neistat, he lived and died by the Canon 70D and then the Canon 80D once it came out. And this camera was amazing for video at the time, but I never really got into vlogging. I mostly used this for photography. 9 times out of 10, I would say I took photos with this before I would do anything with video. I only did video if it was like a necessity. And only recently have I really gotten into video. I know this is gonna end up being a really long section of the vlog, so why don't we change camera angles so that it's a little bit less annoying. How do we like this interesting angle for the vlog? I'm not gonna do this a lot, but I'll do this here. This is my Canon, well, not mine actually. I brought this home because I wanted to test it out for some stuff we're planning to do for work. And this is not mine. Again, this is my work's EOS M50 Mark II, which is a camera that I actually started this channel on. This is like the camera that I started this channel on before I really jumped into the world of Sony with my ZV-E10 and some other things. This was like the camera. And looking up here is hurting my neck. So again, I'm gonna probably go back to that other camera angle or just at least drop you down so I'm not looking up at you the whole time because my neck does not feel good. Then I got my hands on my ZV-E10, which again is back there as my webcam camera. And then I got my Sony a7C, which was like a super groundbreaking cool camera for me. But again, I was like really into photos at the time. I had just joined up with my photo thesis class, and this was the camera alongside my EOS RP that's behind this as well. That I just don't want to move this around again. I don't know, everything has been like super photo oriented for me for years. And that was until I got 2 cameras, which I can actually show you both of them right now. One of them's kitted out for the vlog. So my A6700, which is like my main vlog camera. This is like the camera that I pick up 9 times out of 10 that I'm shooting the vlog. It's pretty lightweight. Currently I have a cage on it because I tend to use it a lot for my productions as well right now because I don't have the whole kit that I want for multicam shoots, so this kind of has to come out with me. But as you can see, I have the Sony, I think it's the G10. It's the cheapest shotgun mic that Sony makes, but it's honestly way nicer than people give it credit for. I don't need anything better for me right now. It does the job, it's fantastic, it picks up audio very well, and I can't complain, at least for the time being. But then I transitioned into my FX30, which is like my main video body besides my GH5, which I talked a little bit about in the last video. So I have used this FX30 now on countless shoots. I've ran it on a gimbal, I have ran it handheld, I've kitted it out, I've used it for YouTube, I've used it for podcasts, and I have had literally 0 issues with this thing. The only thing I will say is that because the 6700 has the AI chip in it, unlike this where it can people match and follow a little bit better and find the eye a little bit faster. That's like the only difference between these 2 cameras, and 9 times out of 10 I'm still going to pick the FX30, and there's a lot of reasons for that, and I could go into details, but I'm not really like the detail oriented guy when it comes to like what I record and how I record it and why the camera is really cool. I'm more of a, I want to talk to you about how this camera makes me feel and not about how great it is. But let me tell you that the FX30 has absolutely changed my life in terms of usability, how quick it is to set up and to work. The internal fan is incredible. 4K 60 podcasts are no joke on this. It's so easy. I do normally shoot 4K 30 non-log for most of my podcasting stuff because who needs log footage and all that stuff. Actually, my podcasting kit right now is my FX30 as a face cam, my 6700 as a face cam, and my A7C as my wide cam because I don't really need anything more. And eventually, I would love to get a second FX30 to be a kit, and then I can either bring out my my A7C or my A6700 as my wide camera. Probably my A7C will just stay because it's full frame and it has less distortion on the lenses because it's already tighter. It's a whole thing. Again, not gonna go into super crazy details unless you want me to. But now I've been chatting and talking for 10 minutes and I don't know how much of this is actually gonna get cut out of the video. But I don't know what else Carly and I are doing this week, but I might take you with me, depending on what that is. I know we have to go shopping at least one more day. I have a little bit of editing to finish up on 2 of the artist spotlight videos for Pittsburgh, and I want to edit. I still need to finish editing actually the vlog before this because I've been super busy. I want to play Expedition 33 and play Lego Voyagers with Carly. And there's one more thing. I need to edit the video I just recorded at the beginning of this video. You know, I have 4 batteries in my hands. 4 batteries for the Canon R50V. I also have 4 batteries for the EOS RP, which is my photo camera. You would think that one of these would have a charge, but they don't. So I had to go downstairs, grab my dummy battery, plug it into the wall, find a light because it was too dark in here. It has been a process. But welcome back to the vlog. This is relatively kind of what I'm thinking. I want to have a setup for my like editing desk area. It's not perfect. It's like obviously it's nothing's ever perfect, but I thought it would be nice to have like a little area where I could like talk to a camera and always have it set up here, separate from the stuff that I do downstairs for my gaming stuff. This feels like a nice separation of that. So I also haven't used this pod microphone in years. I got this thing whenever it launched, like in 2020 or 2021. This was like the first like big podcast mic that came out that wasn't a couple $100s, that was actually like really good, and I don't really love it anymore. I'll probably have to EQ this so that it sounds good. A lot of microphones have come out that I've enjoyed more, and I have my SM7B now, but that's not why we're here. We're not talking about this microphone. I mean, if you want me to, I can. But last night I decided to finally try to edit on DaVinci. I've been like back and forth with it for a while. I've edited a couple of shorts on it, and currently I'm using the free version of DaVinci, and I don't love it. Mostly because I don't have access to a couple of the things that I really want to use. And so I already know that I'm eventually going to have to purchase the full studio version, because in Premiere I use the audio mixing, the AI audio mixing quite frequently to extend my audio to a certain length for a clip. And I do that a lot in my professional projects because I want a single track to be extended maybe an extra minute or something for a song. So I let the app itself actually pull that together. And what I found in DaVinci is that it doesn't allow me to do that unless I own the studio version, which kind of stinks a lot. I will also eventually love to show you like what I'm like talking about on my screen, but for this specific vlog I probably won't actually do that, just because I feel like it's not necessary to do that right now. But I'm in the middle of this like next little fluctuation period for my content creation journey. And one of those things is trying to figure out how I can use DaVinci, because I color graded with DaVinci for the first time last night. And it just looks so nice. It's just like the process of which, like, how to do color space transforming and how to do LUTs, and like watching tutorials on how the nodes work. It's so much more convenient for color grading than editing. But I've been editing on Premiere since 2015 or 2016. I mean, like, I've been through the lows of the lows. I've lived through old, Deadpool was edited on Premiere, and the rise, and technically speaking, the fall of Premiere, because people don't actually like it that much anymore because it's pretty dang expensive for what it is. But it's just the software that I've used for years, and it's the one I'm the most comfortable editing on. And switching to a new software to edit a video is not easy whenever you're trying to be fast and flexible for a vlog or whatever you're creating, and especially since it's something that I do not just creatively but professionally. Changing what I'm using to create and what I'm using to edit is not super easy, but I still have a handful of things I need to get done today. Like I mentioned last night, I need to edit some of my artist spotlights. I need to get those done so that I can not think about them anymore. I need to finish my last vlog as well. I still haven't edited that because last night I was sitting down and editing the gaming video. But I want to finish that too. And I want to do that one all in DaVinci, just like how I'm going to be editing this all in DaVinci. And color grading it all in DaVinci. So I've been purposefully like using a bunch of different cameras. So I used my 6700, I used my pocket camera, and now I'm shooting on my R50V, just because I want to try different log formats. I want to see like how closely can I match them. Am I really bad at recording? I'm not really sure. I know I'm gonna be bad at color grading. That's like a 100%. But I might be able to skate by and be all right. I'll catch up with you later after I do some of this stuff. It's gonna be a long day of me just like working at my desk, and I might grab clips. I might not. I don't know. I probably won't actually. I'll probably just catch up with you later once this is all done, because there's just too much shit. Too much shit. It has been a couple of hours since I worked on a couple of things. Back on the pocket camera because I don't feel like, realistically, actually, my batteries for my Sony stuff just isn't charged. So this has to be set aside for now. But I got a couple things in the mail today. One, I got this case. It's something special. It's a brand called Lycus. It's nothing crazy. It's a decent little case, but realistically, I just wanted something to put my camera gear in that didn't always have to be a backpack. I wanted something a little bit easier to throw around, something easier to use, and so that's why I have all my cameras down here at the desk, is because I was playing around with different configurations and how I could set it up to work with 3 cameras, 3 lenses, and then my 3 V-mount battery grips, which technically speaking, I currently only have 2. I do plan on getting a third one in the new year at some point so that I can have 3 batteries and 3 cameras, and maybe even another extra one of these depending on the light that I get. But I want to show you the other thing that I got because I think it's cool. And I'll take you with me. Okay, so if you can tell, actually, I'll just move you. Right over here, I have, well, at least I had guitars and ukuleles and stuff on the wall, which you probably saw in the earlier portion of this vlog/video. But I have this stand upstairs that I don't like, that I will show you when I go upstairs and grab the guitars to hang them on this wall. But right now this can only fit 3. I didn't like the shelves that much, so I got these little hangers that all came with their own little screw set. And so I am going to take those off the wall and put these up on the wall so that I can put my 5 electric guitars over there as a backdrop and add an extra long black shelf for more of my books and stuff, because I desperately need more space because I'm already running out. And I have to figure out, do I want like the My Hero to stay here and the Naruto to stay here in front of me? Do I want to put my video games on a shelf in here? I don't know yet. We'll figure that out as we go. But first things first, I gotta take these off the wall and maybe do some measuring. But you know, I love to measure with my heart when it comes to that stuff, so I probably won't actually do any measuring, but we'll figure it out. All right, might not be perfect, but they are all in place. Now to get the guitars and bring them down here. Well, it's definitely not perfect because I did a really bad job at spacing them, but that's okay. No. Look how bad they're spaced. Well, it is what it is. This is what they look like.
They don't look bad.
And then I'll put a shelf right above them and I'll put all my books there. Yeah. Woo! Yoshi, how are you? Tell me. Do you not want to tell me? I will take his running away as a no. He doesn't want to tell me how he's doing. Stupid. Back to a kind of normal-ish setup here for the end of the vlog video. Of course, shotgun mic is a little bit farther away now. Actually, that's a lie. The shotgun microphone is still as far away as it always has been. I just have this super wide angle lens now that I have to kind of get used to. You can see we have boxes in the back. A lot of stuff has happened. But earlier today, Carly and I went to the thrift store and I picked up something for her actually. And I never find cameras at these places anymore, but I found this Fujifilm 35mm point and shoot camera. And it seems really fun. It seems like it looks really good. All the glass looks okay. It's a little dirty and probably needs a little cleaned. I have a Minolta one here. I can actually show you because it's right up here. I've had this Minolta one for quite a while now, but I've shot a couple rolls of film with it, and I love this thing because it has this super crazy zoom lens. But I actually haven't developed any of the film yet that I've shot on this camera. I probably should, but I just haven't. So we'll see. Maybe one day I'll talk about this camera in a little bit more detail. But honestly, I don't take a lot of pictures anymore, so it's hard for me to just, you know, review and talk about camera gear when I'm barely using it. I also got my hands on a new tripod today, a Magnus tripod. This isn't like a super amazing brand, but it's not bad either by any stretch of the means. I won't pull it all out, but this is technically a travel tripod with a super nice ball head. It's definitely meant for photography and not video work, but for the stuff that I do around the house, and you know, if I'm going out somewhere and I need to bring a lightweight tripod, I currently use a Knapp concept one that is like not that nice, and this one is a tad bit better than that. It's a little bit heavier too, so there's some give and take. I definitely want to try to get maybe a carbon fiber monopod or some kind of actual lightweight gear if I'm going and traveling. Carly and I also got some clothes and stuff, our normal shopping shenanigans. But I hope you enjoyed this kind of different style of vlog. I picked up the Pocket 3 and just used it a little bit more, and I even shot a little bit upstairs and talked about DaVinci. I actually haven't edited much else past that point. There's so much right now that I have to remember that I need to purchase and to buy. It's ridiculous, but if I want to get into all of it, then I'll be here forever. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and remember that you can shoot good things and have fun while doing it, and you don't always need to spend $1 million, but sometimes getting new equipment can absolutely get you excited to shoot, like this little 9mm lens I picked up. Without this thing, I don't think I'd be as excited to make content, because this lens for vlogging is freaking awesome. Alright, I'll catch you later.